Hello and welcome to Two Man Meta. My name's Mondo Spanner.
And I'm Aunty Kaz, and on this episode of OOP, we are going to give you a brief tutorial game of the X-Men trading card game. If you've watched the card anatomy video of this, you should be good to go. So to start off with, you need to get 30 team value of heroes, which is indicated at the bottom here. So you can have as many or as few as you want, as long as the team value adds up to 30.
So mine is 10, 20, 30 on the money. What's yours?
Mine is 8, 10 and 12, so 30 spot on.
As well.
You also need 2 villain cards.
Got Magneto and Mystique. You've got Sabretooth and Toad.
There's no restrictions on how you choose these, it's just 2. We're using the starter set to demo this game, and you need a 40 card deck. We are using the 30 card decks out of the starter set.
31 cards because we put the specials in, didn't we?
Yeah, I put the promo in because I couldn't resist.
So in this game, the idea is that you have almost like 2 attack phases each turn. One is where you attack with your heroes into the villains, into one villain. And then after that in your turn, what happens is you attack with any one of the villains that you haven't attacked with your heroes, and you go into the opposing team. When you take damage, you have to spread it equally. So say, for example, you took 3 damage, then you'd have to put 1 counter on each person.
But you can choose in a way where that damage goes, because if I attack with 2 of my heroes into a villain, they're the only ones that can take damage.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll get into it, and hopefully the rules should be quite obvious.
So we will start off by choosing who goes first.
Big 4.
I will go first.
Thank you.
So the first thing to mention is the danger room marker. So we're using a turn counter to do this.
Yeah.
So first you shuffle up and both players draw 7 cards. So as the first player, every turn I will add 1 to the danger room, and this denotes basically what cards you can play. They have to be equal to or lower than the danger room. So to start off with, I will play a mission. So the only way you can attack villains is to play mission cards and tap the characters that you're going to attack with. You can then also play momentum, lightning cards, and power-ups. There aren't any power-ups, well, apart from the 1 promo card in these decks, but power-ups play exactly as lightning cards do. So when we play lightning cards, just know that that's exactly how the power-ups play. So I play my mission. I'm going to add a momentum to it, which I can do because Rogue is a red. So I have to have the corresponding colour to play it. I am nominating that I'm going into Magneto. So I use my mission card to draw a card as well. So I'll add a card to my hand. So I'm attacking with red because I've done a red mission. So I add up the totals on my... Oh, I have to nominate a team leader as well, which I've indicated by putting the mission in front of him. So I add up the totals, which is a +2 bonus, then 4, and then 3, and a +1 bonus. So in total, I have 10. Then I compare it to Magneto's score in red, which is 6, and I roll the difference in dice. So 10 to 6, 4 in difference, so I roll 4 dice when attacking him.
Do it.
So the first thing is to note what the dice rolls are. So a 1 is the enemy mutant power triggers, a 6 is your mutant powers trigger, a 2 is damage to the heroes, and a 3 to 5 is damage to the villains. So I've scored 4s, which are 2 damage to the villains, the one that I've indicated I'm attacking, and I can trigger mutant abilities. So the mutant abilities trigger in a sequence of whoever's attacking gets to go first, and then it works through A, B, and C. So if you're attacking, the A's would go first on your side, and then the A's would go on the opponent's side. So I have put 2 damage into Magneto. I can trigger a mutant ability. Neither of my mutant abilities do anything, but I'll trigger rogues just to turn off other abilities. So I just put 2 damage into Magneto. So the damage on these here villains is on both sides. So Mondo's trying to kill these 4 villains, and I'm trying to kill these 4 villains, and the health indicated there is 10 on Magneto, and it's 10 across the board. But they have 10 health on both sides.
Yeah, so effectively what happens is I've got to get up to 10 health to kill Magneto, but so does Aunty Kaz. So that means that sometimes, theoretically, it could have like up to 18, 19 health. No, it'd have to have 18 health on it, 9 on each side, and then whoever got the next health, did the next damage, would gain that card. And the objective of the game really is to kill 2 enemy cards or to delete the enemy team or the other hero team, sorry.
So there's 2 win conditions in this essentially. Kill the villains with your characters or use the villains to kill your opponent's characters.
Yeah.
So these cards are discarded because they've been used. Now it moves into the second part of my turn where I can attack with any of the villains that I haven't attacked. So I'll choose Sabretooth, who I'll be using his red attack of 9 to go into the whole team.
So my total attack for red is 0 + 2 + 2, which is 4. So Aunty Kaz gets to roll 5 dice.
So the scores are exactly the same as before. So 6s trigger my mutant ability, 1s trigger Mondo's, 2 is the villain takes damage, and 4s is the opponent's take damage.
Yeah.
So in the order they trigger, the mutant abilities will trigger over here first because these are bees.
Then I will do a damage with Cyclops.
So
he does 1 green damage to the villain, but it just basically means he gets to do that damage.
Then mutant power C triggers because it's in the letter order, and if your opponent has any damage counters on this Sabretooth, remove 1 of them.
Boo.
So we're using different coloured, well, they are vaguely different coloured damage tokens as well. And then Sabretooth takes 1 damage.
Oh, yeah, you do yours first, didn't you?
And the heroes take 1 damage. And this has to be spread equally, but as there's only 1 damage, you can put it where you want.
I put it on Storm.
Okay, and that is the end of my first turn. So, play moves to Mondo.
My turn, draw. Now, unfortunately, my deck is very much a later or a higher danger room deck, or it seems to be. I have got some stuff that I have got a couple of cards in my deck that I can do lower down, but unfortunately I have no missions with danger room 1, so I can't attack with my heroes this turn. However, I can attack with the baddies, and I generally attack with Mystique because against his deck, or against his team, sorry, I know that she does 8 attack for 3 defense, so then I get 5 dice, which is awesome. So Mystique into your lot. Oh, that's a lot of interesting. So
the first thing is mutant powers trigger. So you've got 6.
So if there are any cards in your opponent's hand, he or she discards 1 of them at random. I think we're going for that one.
Okay.
And then so that's that dealt with. And then you take 2 damage and I take 2 damage.
So 2 damage on Mystique on my side and 2 damage on 2 of my characters, which I will spread across Rogue and Wolverine.
Bleak.
So if I'd have had 3, I'd have had to assign the next one to Jean Grey and then go through again because they have to be distributed as evenly as possible. So my turn. The danger marker moves on to number 2. Yeah. I draw a card. And I believe I will... Well, I obviously untap at the beginning of my turn as well. And I will nominate Wolverine as my leader and play a mission, which draws me a card. And I will also send in Rogue. And I will play a momentum. So this is a green momentum. I can play a green or red momentum on Rogue because she has strength values in red and green, but not in blue. So she couldn't use any blue. So this momentum is during the attack, before any dice do anything. In fact, I can't use this because it is turn 2 and this is danger room level 2 and this is danger room level 3.
Cheating, eh?
So instead of nominating the attacks, we'll just go through that order, and we will attack Magneto again. So we have +3, 4, and 3. So we have 10 in total against his 6. So we roll 4 dice. Okay, that's not good.
Too bad.
So I deal 3 damage, 2 damage, and I take 2 damage.
Seems good to me.
And that mission is spent.
If you get bad dice rolls in this game, it can be quite horrific. But then I suppose it's also true that if you get like wild, lots of dice positive rolls, and it also is insane.
So now I get to attack, and I'm going to send Sabretooth into Mondo's team again. So
rude.
I have a total of 9. He has a total of 4. So 5 dice. All bad rolls today. Mondo gets to trigger a mutant ability.
So I'm going to do a damage to you.
Yep.
Is this on Sabretooth?
Yep. Oh, yeah. And then Sabretooth takes 2 damage. And then your team take 2 damage.
Oh, shame.
And that is the end of my turn.
Right, cool. Oh, that's not looking too shabby on Sabretooth, is it? Right, draw. Okie dokie. What are we on? Turn 2.
Danger room level 2, yep.
Highway to the danger room. Right, so we are going to do the big payback on Professor X. And we are going to do Pounce on Storm. So Professor X will be my leader because I've played a mission on him. And that gives me a bonus to the number of dice I roll, which is what that +2 is. Also as well, I'm going to be attacking in blue, which means that I add up my blue circles on my team when they attack. And then this momentum is a red momentum, so it can only be played on someone who's got more than 0, basically, in their red circle. So I couldn't actually play it on Professor X. And that's going to give me another +2 dice, or +2 to my total number of dice. So I think I am going to go into Sabretooth. So I hit for 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and Sabretooth has got 6 for his blue value, so that means I'm going to be rolling 5 dice, which seems good. Let's get rolling. Oh wow. So I do 4 damage.
But the mutant abilities trigger first.
But I'm not going to use either of them because one of them is remove the die and then the other one is re-roll one of the dice.
And you can't use Cyclops because he didn't attack.
Yeah, so I should have took Cyclops in there and I would have ended up doing 5 damage in total. But I've done 4 damage there because that's a 3, a 4 and 2 5s. So 4 damage on Sabretooth. He's getting near the end. He's getting a bit long in the tooth. Right, and then for my attack, I'm going to go with Mystique into your guys because nobody likes 5 dice against them. So 5 dice from Mystique because she's attacking with 8 and you've got a total defense of 3. Oh, not too good. So her ability triggers first.
It is a B, so unless I use an A, which would trigger first.
Oh, yeah. So
I will trigger Rogues, which cancels out 1s and 6s.
And then you take a damage and I take 2. Not the best.
So my turn, and we will untap and move the danger marker on again and draw a card. And I will play a lightning card. So to play a lightning card, I have to tap one of my X-Men that has green of that value because it's a green card. So I've got a 3, so...
Has to have a green value that's over 0.
Yeah. So remove 1 damage from one of my X-Men. I'll take it off Rogue.
Cheating.
And then we will play a mission on Wolverine, which draws me a card. We will also attack with Rogue. And we will play the momentum we tried to play last turn on Rogue because she has a green value. So during this attack, before any dice are rolled, do anything, you may change 1 dice by 1.
So this is quite a useful ability. You'll see when Aunty Kaz rolls the dice.
So we're going into Magneto again. So we add up the scores, which is 3, 6, 10. Minus 6 of Magneto. So 4 dice into Magneto. Okay. And I can change 1 dice by 1. So I'm going to take the 2 that would damage me and add 1 to it for a 3.
But that's disgusting.
Which is 4 damage straight into Magneto.
That's
so
savage.
all these cards are discarded. And Magneto takes 4 damage.
Oh no, you've got to attack me now, haven't you?
So now I will put... So Sabretooth has taken a lot of damage. I don't want him rolling any 2s and killing himself. So I will take Mystique and attack Mondo's X-Men with red. So hers is 7 and
I've got 4 in
his
total.
is 4. So 3 dice from Mystique. So we've got a 1, which is bad news for Mystique, because that triggers one of Mondo's mutant abilities.
Which I'm going to use to remove 1 die, so I'm going to get rid of 1 of the damage dice, and that means I just take 1 damage now.
And that is the end of my turn.
Right. They're gone. Should have got rid of them last turn. Right, draw a card. Okay. We're going to tap Cyclops just to play a lightning, and that removes 2 damage. So I'm going to take them both off Storm. Removes 2 damage from any one of my X-Men. So that's that lightning done and played. I can't attack because I don't have a mission to put in front of Professor X or Storm in my hand. I'm going to attack with Mystique again. It's just too much fun. So 5 dice into you. That's mildly problematic. So I'm going to take 1 card from your hand. You're going to get to do one of your abilities.
I get to do one of my abilities first because I have an A, which triggers, which will cancel out Mystique's 6s. Rubbish. And then you just do 1 damage, which I will put on Wolverine. And that is my turn now.
Yep.
So we move on to Danger Room level 4. Okay. Everyone's untapped again. Now we've got to desperately try and kill Magneto. So we're on 4, so we can play anything that is less than a 4. We don't have any lightnings to play, so we will put our mission leader as Wolverine and go in with Rogue as well. So I draw a card from that mission, and I will also play a 3-level momentum that's green because I have green value on Rogue, and this is the same one as before. During the attack I can change the dice by 1. So we have a total of 10 again for 3, 3 and 4 against Magneto 6, so we get 4 dice.
Should kill him here.
Okay, I will change one of the 6s to a 5, which will easily kill him. And I will trigger a healing on Wolverine with the 6. And those are discarded. So now neither of us can attack Magneto or attack with him. He is dead, and that counts as my victory on him. So if I kill another of the villains, I will win the game.
Yeah. Right, what's your villain are you attacking into my team?
So I will use Mystique.
With. Yep.
And I will use 3 dice on red.
Yep.
That's bad.
That's awesome.
So Mondo gets to trigger one of his mutant powers with the 1.
Take a damage.
That's on your side.
Yeah.
The 2 means she takes another damage.
Yeah.
And a 5 means Mondo's team take 1 damage.
On to Storm.
Play passes over to Mondo. That's the end of my turn.
Draw. Oh, come on. This is the only problem with having a last-minute team. Right. That's no good. Oh, we're going to go into you with Mystique again. I don't care. 5 dice. I don't care that she's already got 4 damage on her and that I can do loads more to her and I can't modify these dice. There it is. Take 4 damage and lose a card.
That was the one I wanted.
Yeah, good. So
and
yeah,
I
take 4 damage.
So everyone has to take 1 damage, splitting it equally, and then I get to assign 1 essentially. So we'll put that on Jean Grey, I think. And then it's my turn.
That's legit. Yeah.
So I will draw a card and untap and move the danger marker on 1.
Danger room 5.
So I will have to attack Mystique, unfortunately, because she's got a load of damage on her already.
Yeah.
So we will go into Mystique with a +5 mission that is Danger Room level 5, so I can only just play it. Wolverine is the leader. So we have a total of 12 into Mystique 7.
It's 5 dice.
Oh, that's very bad.
Awesome. What a roll. So look there, he's got 3
Mystique's
twos.
ability triggers.
Mystique's ability triggers, so I get to choose one of your cards. E. Oh yeah. Then you take 3 damage and she takes 1.
Which I have to assign to Rogue and Wolverine because Jean didn't attack. And Mystique takes 1 damage. That was a terrible roll.
That was a bad roll.
A lot of card gamers hate dice rolls in card games because it's adding more chance to the game, but this game feels really balanced with the dice mechanic.
Yeah, it's not a problem at all. It's quite interesting because when you first look at the numbers, you're like, well, they're pretty pony numbers. But in actual fact, it does work within the realm of the game, or in the scope of the game. It's really cool. Right, my go?
No, I get to attack.
Did you? Come on then.
So I attacked with Mystique, so I can't use Mystique. So I will choose Toad because I don't want Sabretooth to kill himself. So I believe 3 on red is the best I can get out of Toad.
Yes.
Okay. 3 straight damage.
That's pretty disgusting. 1, 2, 3. Right, draw. Unbelievable. Oh no, actually that works out. Okay, we are going to do a blue attack. During this attack, before any dice do anything, you may reroll 1 die is what's on the card, and then it also gives me +2. And we're going to go into Sabretooth with these 2 guys.
For a total of 9.
We're going to use Cyclops as well, just in case I roll a 6. So, yeah, total of 9 against 6. So 3 dice. Wow, that's bad. So we're going to definitely re-roll one of those 1s into a 6.
So the abilities trigger, you've only got Bs, so yours trigger first.
Yeah, so I'm going to remove one of the dice, which is a 1. And then you just... Oh, in actual...
If you remove the 1, Sabretooth can't heal.
Yeah, I know. It's like it's either do a damage or remove the 1. Either way, you're just taking 1 damage. So you just take 1 damage, basically. Disappointing. And then we're going to Mystique you real hard for 5.
And there's that terrible trigger again.
Oh yeah. So yeah, and then you take 3 damage as well.
So 1 on everyone.
Brutal. I can't believe I didn't
So
kill that.
my turn. Untap, move the danger marker on, and draw a card. Okay, unfortunately, the only thing I can do is suicidal attack runs into Mystique. So we will attack.
Draw a card though.
And draw a card.
2 dice.
And we shall also... No, we shall stay there. So 7, 8, 9 against 7. 2 dice.
Come on the 2s. Yeah.
There's a 2.
1 each.
So she takes 1 and I take 1.
She's up to 6. Just be careful on that. Right, and then who are you attacking with? Sabretooth, yeah?
No, we'll put Toad into you.
Oh, what? That's a bit rude.
For the 3 dice on red.
There
3
it
damage,
is.
straight.
Smash. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Draw. Oh no, untap. Draw. Oh, that's interesting. All right, so we're going to do a level 2 mission with Professor X. Not going to use that. So we'll do all of these. Oh, that's just there. I'm going to send them all in just once again in case I can use Cyclops' ability. I get to re-roll one of my dice because of my mission. And I've got a total of 4, 6, 9 versus 6. So I roll 3 dice. There it is, you're smoked. And I'll also do, so he takes 3 damage. Muerte. So he's gone. Right, it is your go, dude.
No, you get to attack.
Oh no, I get to attack with a thingamajigger, don't I? I think.
Could it be Mystique by any chance?
I'm tempted to do Mystique, yeah, because she takes stuff out of your hand. And that's just too good to not do. Right. So into you with Mystique. Could be a mistake. A Mystique? No, a mistake. It's definitely a mistake. Right, so that's 2 damage to Mystique. Also, you get to trigger one of your things and then you take a damage. Well, you get to trigger your mutant abilities first.
So,
what a horrific roll.
I could heal with Wolverine, but I'm going to draw with Jean instead.
I would.
Because I need cards.
So that's that sorted. And then
I take a damage, which I will put on Rogue.
And 2 damage on Mystique.
2 damage on Mystique.
I just lost.
So, my turn, we move the danger marker on, untap, and draw a card. Ooh. So we will tap Jean Grey to remove 1 damage from Wolverine with a lightning. And then we will send Wolverine in on his own with Berserk Rage. So, if this is played on Wolverine, we get only Wolverine may attack this turn, triple his red strength at the start of the attack. So Wolverine goes up to 12, Mystique is on 7.
5 dice. 5 2s. It's never been done before. Come on. Oh no, you win.
So we trigger a mutant ability and heal.
And then take 4 damage.
And kill Mystique, which gives us the game because we have defeated 2 villains. So the only things to mention in this are the power-ups, which I actually drew at one point. There's only these 2 power-ups in the starter set, but there's loads when you start cracking booster packs open. These play just the same as lightning cards. You have to tap someone with the corresponding colour value. So any value, as long as it's not a 0 in red in this example. But these stay in play like global enchantments in Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
So they just stay in play. But yeah, this is an amazing game.
Yeah, I really enjoy it. It's pretty simple to pick up. I'm fairly confident we got all of the rules correct because there's not too many to them.
And the rule book is really good. It gives a very clear example of an attack turn.
Yeah.
So Wizards, made this game, so it's going to be quite clear and, pretty to the point. But yeah, this is an awesome game. I love it.
Looking forward to making decks, aren't we?
Which we will be doing, and then reviewing the game next episode.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Right, thank you very much for joining us. We shall see you soon. Bye-bye.
If you enjoyed this episode of 2-Man Meta, don't forget to like and subscribe to stay up to date as we release multiple episodes each week. If you would like to help support the channel, check out the links in the description below, as well as links to our social media pages. Thank you for watching. See you next episode.